Hello, welcome to Psychology Hub with Dr. Rodriguez. Alrighty, so we'll be reviewing the six major intelligence testing theories we talked about in the prior video. So if you want a little review over a more detailed review of the six that we'll be discussing today will be Spearman, Thurstone, Cattell, CHC, Gardner, and Sternberg. Those are the six. We're going to talk about key takeaways. So if you're studying for some psychology exam or intelligence testing exam, here are some key takeaways, okay? So we have Spearman. Spearman is the key idea is one general intelligence, which is G, plus a specific ability. So typically on a test, you'll see this type of clue: strong performance across many cognitive tasks. Spearman, one general intelligence plus a specific, okay? Thurstone, a key idea would be 7 primary mental abilities. Thurstone, like 7 days in a week. Thurstone, Thursday, 7 days in a week. There's key ideas. There's 7 primary mental abilities, okay? A typical clue in a test would be uneven profile across distinct abilities. Let me see if I have any notes here that'll elude or provide clarity. So just remember, of the 7, let's do like this. Of the 7, if there's one that excels, think of Thurstone. Remember, uneven, right? Or think of it like that. It's uneven, okay? Let's see what else. We got Cattell. Key idea would be fluid and crystallized intelligence. Pretty easy. Fluids of novel stuff, processing novel stuff. Crystallized intelligence is stuff that's hardened. Crystals hard, crystallized, hardened stuff. A typical clue in a test would be older adults with preserved vocabulary, but weaker novel processing. That means they have a stronger vocabulary, they can communicate. However, learning how to catch a ball or throw a curveball or do something new, it's a bit more challenging, okay? So we have the CHC, which is a key idea would be hierarchy model of general, broad, and novel abilities. In the other video, we talked about the CHC, which is a Cattell horn chorale, the 3 strata. Strata 3, which is general IQ, strata 2, which is broad abilities, and strata 1, which is narrow. And remember, narrow abilities have 70. I don't believe you have to remember all 70. Just know that they're correlated. So a test clue would be modern intelligence, test interpretation. This is very important because just like the KABC and the Woodcock-Johnson, they use this framework. They use the strata 3, strata 2, and strata 1, 2. And they use that framework to illustrate intelligence, to score intelligence, okay? Then we have Gardner. Gardner, I think, is pretty simple. Gardner talks about multiple relative independent intelligence. Gardner, like when you spell the number 8, Gardner has 8 intelligence. Like I said, when you spell 8, EIG, get it? G, Gardner, 8. Gardner, 8, multiple relative independent intelligence. A clue, test clue, if you get a question with some variation, the clues should read similar to educational settings, emphasize music, athletics, or interpersonal, intrapersonal. It'll allude to one of them, of the 8, okay? And then Sternberg, again, I think it's one of the easiest to recall. Sternberg's triarchic theory, where he does analytical, creative, and practical intelligence. Remember, there's 3. Analyticals has to do with academic. You know, if they give you any questions regarding analytic, it would be academic, stuff. creativity would be generally novel stuff. Creativity, here's ABC ingredients make this, and you can create something out of it. And practical, remember practical with Sternberg, when you get a question that talks about, and they're not telling you Sternberg, but they say it's practical, street smart, that would be Sternberg. There's the three, remember? Analytical, creative, and practical. Test clue would be real world problem solving or innovation despite average IQ scores. So if the test question reads something like he's great in streets, but he or she is not the brightest when it comes to analytical or creative stuff, keyword memory, it would be Sternberg. Again, so that was a quick review over the 6 major IQ tests. There's many more, however, these are the 6 that are very important. And I want you to just kind of be very familiar with those 6, okay? And really quick, if we can just give you some cheats real quick. So remember, vocabulary, these are cheats, right? Cheats. Vocabulary plus factual knowledge equals crystallized intelligence, okay? The second one would be novel puzzles plus abstract reasoning would equal fluid intelligence, right? Novel puzzles, abstracts, new novel, fluid stuff, right? The third one would be broad success across cognitive tasks. That would be Spearman's G. Remember, Spearman talked about 2 factors of general IQ, broad, and specific abilities. So if a test talks about broad success here, across, keyword across cognitive tasks, think of Spearman's G. And then if you see a test question that talks about separate intelligence, remember separate, there's 8 intelligence. If we spell the word 8, there's a G in there for Gardner. Gardner's 8. I want you to remember that. And then if you get a question that talks about street smarts or adaptability, I want you to immediately think of Sternberg's practical intelligence. What are they? Sternberg's would be the analytical, creativity, and practical. Remember practical? And the last one we're going to talk about, the last cheat we're going to give you here is going to be modern intelligence test score interpretation. That's going to be the CHC model, the Cattell Horn Corral. Remember, a lot of modern intelligence tests use this framework, the CHC theory, the strata 3, strata 2, strata 1. Strata 1 narrow abilities are 70, strata 2 is going to be the broad abilities, and they're they're going to be linked to the narrow, right? All 3 of these, and then the strata 3 is going to be general intelligence, G, they're all going to be linked. So good luck with that. And again, keywords I highlighted in here, stop, pause, but you can find all this in the description below. But good luck. Thank you for your time.